I've spent a fair amount of time teaching and also designing the development, using development techniques to develop computer systems. And it recently came to my attention that in order to create a program, this is all very obvious, but to create a computer program, what you need is a series of steps. All computer programs achieve something. They are designed to achieve specific things, or a number of specific things. So I thought to myself, hang on, human beings have achieved a lot, and people want to achieve so much success in their lives, and they all sorts of things, be it businesses, be it personal life stuff. People want to achieve stuff. So I'm thinking that, well, okay, it's all about algorithms. If you can state a problem, and if you can break that problem down into steps, then perhaps an algorithm or a program can be created so that something can be achieved. And then you have two things. You have one thing, which is the program, the steps through which you're going to achieve something. And also, if it doesn't work first time, then you also know why. And the reason why is because you don't have the correct variables. All your variables are wrong. And you need to redesign the algorithm. And once the variables are right and the algorithm is right, you have a repeatable scientific plan to achieve what you want to achieve. And so, in essence, the idea is to use the concepts of systems development, analysis, and program and algorithm design to help people to get what they want, and not specifically to do with computer systems. Well, there's something called a systems development lifecycle in computer science, which can be directly applied. It's got 5 different steps. One is the requirements. The next stage is analysis. The next stage is design. The next stage is implementation, or the direct use of what has been designed, and then testing. All of these things can be applied to achieving whatever goal you want to achieve. The first thing is getting the requirements, always. It's getting the requirements exactly right, getting really clear on what it is you want out of your business, out of your life, out of your goal. What are your goals? Get really clear so that you can sign off on those goals. And then the question, what does it take to achieve this? You can put it into real simple terms. How am I going to achieve a brilliant, nice tasting cup of tea? Simple. Well, we all know how to do that. We fill up a kettle, we boil the kettle, we put we might use a teapot, or you could go directly into a cup, which is what I do, because I'm lazy and I'm impatient. So I put the tea bag into a cup, put the boiling water in, and the milk, and take the tea bag out, and all of that. We all know how to make a cup of tea, but I'm getting all the steps all mixed up. But the point is, you achieve a cup of tea. Steps, repeatable steps, the same steps, nearly every single time. So, how are we going to get your goals? What are the steps? Do I have to take a course? Do I have to learn something new? Do I have to, is that going to have a certain amount of money? So is there a sub amount of steps that I need to follow to how am I going to earn that money to pay for that course? It's about getting those steps. And then it's about following those steps, implementing. After designing those steps, you've analysed it, you've put down what you're going to do, that becomes your program. Then it's about just using it and testing it. So use and testing become joined. So if it's not working, why is it not working? Then you have to go back into analysis and break down the problem even further. So what isn't working? What is working? And then you need to ask the questions, why isn't this working? And what can we do differently to make it work. And it's about, there's different shapes, would you believe, of life cycles. There's this staged waterfall life cycle, which is your basic one. And there's this spiral life cycle, which starts off in analysis, moves into design, moves into implementation and testing, and then moves back into analysis because the testing has revealed some problems and some refinements. You analyze, redesign based on your earlier design. You keep going until it's correct. And that is how a person might use the system. Anybody, everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you want to do. It could be a goal from your personal life. It could be a goal from your business. It could be anything. It could be simply making better cups of tea. It could be anything. But it's literally, if you want to achieve something and perhaps you don't think you know how to achieve it, it's simply a bedrock by which you can take all the luck that we assume is associated with success and achievement, and we can put it down and understand it as a repeatable science. Essentially, it's about understanding the life cycle, understanding how to simply apply steps. It's really simple, actually. It doesn't take too much learning. A lot of it is simply about trial and error. It's about understanding and having perseverance and understanding that it is going to work because it is a scientific process, and that the reason it's not working, if it's not working, is simply because there's something missing. It's not the fact that, I'm doomed to failure. It's simply the fact that there is something missing, and finding out what that is. Because we've achieved great wonders in the world. We can fly. You've got space stations in orbit. You've got computer systems. You've got wonders in medical science. These things have all been created through scientific development and understanding that there is a stepwise process that is repeatable in different laboratories to achieve the same result, or different manufacturing centres to achieve the same result. There's a reason why there are many types of the car that you own on the road, is because it's a repeatable process. And at one point there were no cars. So that repeatable process created cars for the first time, and now we have cars that run on electricity and hybrid and start driving themselves. Why can they drive themselves? Do you trust? Are people going to trust self-driving cars? The answer to that question is yes. You might not think so, but people are going to trust in the very near future self-driving cars. And why can they trust self-driving cars? Well, it's because they use repeatable algorithms. They use repeatable science. This is why success is possible for you, because it's repeatable. You can just find out what you need to do and do it, and you can do it again. And when the variables change, you tweak the design, and then you do it again, and then you do it again.